So, you mentioned education. Do you feel like athletes are coming in aware of these opportunities, or do you feel like there is a general lack of consistent education or available education for athletes at this point?
I do think the education is catching up. I think schools are trying. I think NIL is just so new that the schools don't even have the right people to do the education. Quite honestly, I think that they're lacking in a lot of ways there. But I do think the schools are trying their best. I think there's a lot of other factors. Athletes have limited time. So, like, sitting down to watch a video is like the last thing that they want to do. I really think what they need to do is get more experiential practice, get more hands-on learning. Like what I've seen is when we've done workshops where, let's say, we bring in a brand and we walk them through an actual deal that brand has done with another athlete, or maybe they're making the opportunity available to the athletes in that room. And the athletes actually go through an exercise of, okay, how do I align myself with this brand? What would make sense? How do I pitch myself? What do I have to offer? Is my audience that follows me on Instagram similar to the kind of people that would buy their product? What kind of content could I make that would be valuable to them? Maybe I'm doing a testimonial, I'm trying out their product, I'm unboxing a cool
Mm.
thing that they sent me, whatever it is. But actually having them do hands on experience, we're like, all right, let's shoot some of this content. Let's show you how to edit it. Let's give you the tools that you actually need to do this, not just show you educational video on a brand deal or like show
Right.
example that another athlete's done. Like, all right, how do I actually do it though? I see what they're
Mhm.
doing in these articles. I see them making money, but what are the steps to actually make it a reality for me?
Yeah, and it's the only way to really get that interactivity of knowing how you can just touch it, whatever you call it, that experience. Is that only through the workshop that you provide, or is that available anywhere else? Not to promote anybody else, but just curiosity.
Honestly, I don't know what other, I know there are NIL education companies in the space that focus. Again, we're a marketplace, so our education is just free, but there are companies that charge for education. And I don't know what is part of that education. So I can't really speak to that. I know a lot of education companies that are partners with schools that go to the school and go through a PowerPoint presentation. And there isn't really a practical, like hands on learning. And that's where I think it's lacking. I just think that so I worked on campus for over a decade. I've been in compliance mainly. So I've been at multiple Power Five schools. I've been in a D1 conference office. I was director of compliance at the University of Michigan for 4 years. And being on campus, you really understand how busy everyone is, not just administrators, but the athletes are just so busy. And when you put them in front of a PowerPoint, there's not a lot of learning going on. There's
Mhm.
just not. And you really have to meet people where they're at. And I found that the best way to teach someone is give them an exercise to do, give them some kind of experience where they can walk through it, do it once, and then it becomes
Clicks.
committed to memory at that point. Just watching a PowerPoint, if you surveyed them after, I just don't think there'd be a lot of people remembering much from it.
Yeah, it makes sense because athletes are kinesthetic learners a lot of times, especially your really great natural athletes. It's like they watch somebody do it. Oh, that's how you do it. I'm going to do it now too. Watch me do it even better.